get?
On how to set up, that would depend very much on what you want your community to look like and what the impact of it is. What do you want your volunteers to be doing? What's the outcome?
Right. Go ahead.
All right.
Give me some directions.
Yeah. Once you know what your impact is, what the outcome of doing all this is, then and you have to be passionate about it. Don't do something because you think, oh, I should do something, or there's a need here, I should fill it. Do something that you are really passionate about, because your passion will spread out to everybody else, and then they'll feel that same passion and see that same need. You'll carry them with you. And then set up a program and think about each of the steps that you need to. I talk about the 5 different parts of a volunteer program. And the first one, of course, is appreciation. That's the main thing. Appreciate your volunteers. And then recruitment, training and onboarding, management, and program review. Because at least once a year, you should look at your program. Is it doing what I want it to do? So think about what your ideal volunteer program would look like. What if it was absolutely perfect for what you wanted done? What does that look like? And then look at what you've got and figure out the steps to get you as close to that as you can. I mean, nothing is ever perfect, obviously, but how close can you get? And you have to know what perfect is to know which direction you're going in.
Right. Now, volunteering, is it really perfect? Can you share me some challenges?
Yeah, lots.
The volunteering, volunteering practice.
Right. Probably the one I hear the most, the most common thing is my volunteers aren't reliable. They'll sign up for a shift and then not show up.
That's why they're volunteers. Don't you think so?
To some extent, yeah. But if you say you're going to do something, people expect you to carry through, right? Or at least say, hey, something's come up, I can't make it. And the other one is they get volunteers and they work for a short while, they get all trained up, and then they disappear and never come back, and you never see them again. So those are kind of the 2 biggest challenges that most not-for-profits face. And part of it is with reliability is to set expectations at the front and explain to the volunteer what happens when they don't show up. Like if they just cancel, or they're supposed to show up for a shift and they just don't, what the repercussions to the clients, to the mission is, so that they know that it's not just a throwaway. That I'm just a volunteer, it won't matter if I don't show up, because it does. In most cases it really does. With this Therapeutic Riding Association I was telling you about, if they have a volunteer who doesn't show up, sometimes a kid can't take his lesson, right? They're waiting for the person to hold them and keep them safe, and they don't show up. And if they don't have someone there who's free, who can do it, the poor kid goes home without having his lesson. Right? It is, and it's hurtful. So if the volunteer knows that, they're less likely to just not show. They may not make a shift, but they'll more likely phone you ahead of time so that you can make arrangements. So just be clear on the importance of what they're doing, and then they're less likely to disappear. In terms of commitment, again, like we've already talked about, that comes down to appreciation and good training. If they feel like they're getting something out of it, whether that's training or appreciation or whatever, the more they feel they're getting something out of it, the more likely they'll stick around for the long term.
Absolutely. Thank you once again, Karen Knight, for your submission. And quickly, I'd like you to tell me, can volunteering, can it really improve one's life?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, there's tons of studies that show that people who volunteer have a stronger social system, like a social network. that they tend to have higher rates of personal happiness. They have higher rates of, what's the word I'm looking for? That they think faster because they're involved, they're doing things. They have greater self-esteem because they can see the difference they're making in the world. There's all sorts, like I said, the internet is filled with studies on the benefits of being a volunteer because there's tons of them. And I've seen it myself. I've seen the growth of my own self-confidence, the growth of my own, I mean, the people I know people everywhere. I have because of my various volunteer roles over the decades of, I have close friends. I'm in Canada, but I could show up in India and have people put me up in their houses. You just show up on their doorstep saying, I'm here, and, oh, Karen, come on in. In like I said, India and Saudi Arabia and China and Ireland and wherever. I just know people from everywhere. And it really opens your whole world up. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Can you tell I'm a little bit passionate about it?
Great, sure. Thank you once again. Do you have any projects in the pipeline you'd like to share?
I am currently right now creating a certificate program for volunteer managers. So people who are wanting to build a volunteer program either from scratch or they have one that they know is flawed and they want to fix it. It'll be it's got 6 modules. It'll be mostly video training and downloadable resources, but you also get 6 one-hour one-on-one mentoring sessions with me to help you with whatever problems you're dealing with, whether it's on the job or part of the course or whatever. And that's my big thing that I'm doing right now.
Good one. And that's coming out of fee, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Wish you best of luck in the projects. Now, would you like to share any parting words with my audience?
Volunteer. It's a wonderful thing to do. And if you have volunteers, love them. Show them your appreciation. Don't just tell them, but show them in every way you can think of, because that's why they're there. So yeah, but volunteer. It's a wonderful thing to do for yourself. Yeah.
It's a wonderful thing. Also, I have a personal experience, so I can really relate with just what you said. And thank you once again, Karen Knight. Do you have any social media connections? I know that you do. So provide your connections for us and also your website. So we'd like to connect.
All right. My website is Karen@KarenKnight.ca. At CA because I'm Canadian. So Karen@KarenKnight.ca, or that Karen@KarenKnight.ca is my email address, but KarenKnight.ca is my website. I'm also on LinkedIn, Karen Knight Consulting, and on Facebook, Karen Knight Consulting. Reach out. I'd love to chat with you.
Right. We'll do that. Thank you once again. Really had a great time with you, Karen Knight, for your professional insight on the topic of discussion on volunteering, right? Especially in this ever-changing dynamic times that we have. Really had a great time indeed. I can only wish you the best of luck in all your future endeavors and your projects, right?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much once again. It's really a great time having Karen Knight on today's show. Now, if you want to catch up with any of my missed episodes, simply go online and search for Library for Mobile TV on any podcast distribution platforms. Then you bump into online or any course promotion platforms you bump into online, and you have an amazing time. Till I come your way, I need you to stay safe. With all my love, I talk to you soon.
Time goes by and yet I wonder, are you and me still the same? Are you still loving the game? I know I don't. You cast your spell and I went under. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to Life Well Lived by Amabala Stephen. It's an engaging and enlightening talk show on life, relationships, and the business of life. Grab a cup of juice and just chill. Life Well Lived by Amabala Stephen. Live life. Live fully.